Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Geeks of the Coven. So today, before we get into any blind packs, I want to share with you some books that I've read recently, since after all I have talked about books here before and I have not done so in a while. I think it's about time. We have recently been visiting the newly reopened Baldwin Botcher Branch Library. There we go. I had to remember all the acronyms. Yes. The Baldwin Botcher Branch Library. If you don't know about this library, in the greater Houston area, it did suffer severe damage when Hurricane Harvey hit in 2017, and for the past several years it's been operating out of a metal shed, kind of like a she shed type situation, and it's been rebuilt and it opened in January. So we took a visit for one of my library projects and we decided to check out some books. I read the first 2 books I checked out rather quickly, and then we went back and checked out 5 more. I have now read all 5 books in a matter of 2 to 3 days. So we're going to start off with Dead Man Tells the Spooky Tales. This is from DC Comics. If you have a kid who loves spooky stuff but you don't want them to be too spooked, most of these are good. I will say though, however, the pictures of Dead Man can get creepy, so maybe for your upper elementary, middle grade students. But it was quite fun. This next one, cute. You would think it's for a kid, but no, it is actually from the YA section, and that is because there are some adult content jokes in here. But this is a cute little comic or series of comics about different cryptids and their lives and how similar their lives can be to ours. The next one I read was actually really cool for upper elementary kids. I know my students would eat this up. This is Eerie Tales from the School of Screams. It follows these 2 kids and their schoolmates where they're telling scary stories, but it's a story within a story. And there's a plot twist you don't see coming unless you're really good at plot twists. So I kind of saw where it was going, but I mean, you know, it's to be expected since it is for upper elementary. This next one, this author can do no wrong in my book when it comes to writing. Brie Polson is the author of Garlic and the Vampire, followed by the sequel, Garlic and the Witch. And this is the next. This one is actually separate from that, but it's following magic and such. And this is The Firelight Apprentice, or this young girl here, she needs to find an apprenticeship so that way she can learn to cast her magic in order to save her family, because they can't afford to send her off to learn magic, and if she doesn't learn, she's going to be in a lot of pain. But there's a twist with who they do find, and it's a really good, quick tale to read. The next one is actually a graphic novel of one of my favorite stories, Frankenstein, from Mary Shelley. This is done by Chris Grimsley, so very unique art style here. And it was actually read and backed by Guillermo del Toro, who, as you know, if you follow horror movies and such, although he says it's not a horror movie, but I mean, come on, you based it on a horror book, so I'm still going to call it a horror movie. His version of Frankenstein is coming out. Now, while reading this and looking at the artistry, you can tell that Chris Grimsley and Guillermo del Toro have very similar artistry styles, and so you can kind of see that if you've seen the trailer. So I highly recommend all these books, but like I said, do be wary of some of them because some of them are more for adults and some are more for your upper elementary and middle grade students. Alright, next we're going to get into some blind packs. We have 3 mini brand balls and then one that I have put off opening for a while, the Mini Brands Create. So we're going to start with the Mini Brands books. Let me get them open for us before we start tearing into packages. Alright, and we're back with all 3 of them pre-opened now, so let's get into our little packages, obviously our bookshelf. And no, I have not found the Mini Brands Series 2 of the books yet out in the wild. I may just have to order those, we'll see. If I have any dupes this time, I mean, Ellie is really, you know, down in the dumps that there hasn't been any dupes for her recently, so if we get any dupes this time, we'll send to her. We have Black Beauty. That one is a dupe. So there you go, Ellie. First dupe. Yay! This one is another duplicate. I have several of these, so off to Ellie. And Stranger Things, The Darkness on the Edge of Town. I don't know if I have that one exactly. I'll have to look. So that might be a dupe for Ellie. Oh, I just realized I didn't see the bookmark. Aha, it's in this one. Magnifying glass. Oop, I dropped the bookmark. There we go. It's the little map. Okay, bookshelf. Magnifying glass. Ah, I just revealed the book to myself. I'm sorry. Hollow City. I believe that is a dupe as well. And another map bookmark. Colleen Hoover, ick. Ellie, if you want it, you can have it. If not, I'm gonna cover it with something else and make it pretty. Without my Colleen Hoover here. And we have Little Sisters from the Babysitter's Little Sisters Club. That, I believe, is also a dupe. Bookshelf. Magnifying glass. And yet another map bookmark. Oh, we have a Goosebumps. Now, I believe I already have one of these. Ellie, right now, since I only have the two, those are going to be earrings. I gotta wear them because, you know, librarian. But if I have any more, those will go to you. Ick. Another Colleen Hoover. Hey, look at that. They're duplicates. Oh, and we have Mad Libs. That one is a duplicate for me. So there you go, Ellie. We got you some dupes. All right. Let me get cleaned up so we can do the last one. All right, here we go. This is the Make It mini creator thing. Mini Brands, Mini Brands Create. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Okay, we have a little chef's hat. Oh, it's the UV light. Okay, I actually brought out my nail UV light to work with this because they normally hadn't been coming with these. So that's cool. I like that it came with that one. Now, if it comes with everyone, that might get a little annoying. Okay, so we have a little cake pan thing. It says pork loin. And we have a plate and some tongs. Let's open our little pork loin package here. Take a look at what's inside. Those are our little pork loins. Okay, we have a knife. Oh, we got lots of things in here. Okay, we have roasted potatoes. A little stand. And the fork. Looks like instructions and all that. This is their little Master Chef thing. Here's our instructions here. And here are the different ones we could have gotten. Okay. There went the top for our resin, which they're probably going to call the sauce. Yes. Tomato reduction. And we have finishing glaze. All right, let me read the instructions. And so this is our final product. It is a bit heavy, so I would not make a jewelry charm for earrings out of this, plus that's really big. If I were to make anything out of this, it would be a keychain trinket thing. But it was fun. It just takes a while because, you know, the resin, and I did have one that I did before a long time ago where the resin did not fully cure and it has come apart. So that's why I'm not touching the bottom of that with my bare hand, because, you know, that's not good. So I'm going to work on that one later, but that's it for today's episode. So until next time, have a magical day.